Hello, it's me, Joy / Fairy Liquid. Actually, there's no fairy liquid, it's just Joy. It's just me. Look, this is me in my hair. Because I'm dressed up in my Halloween costume, which I'm wearing this year, probably lots of years to come. And I actually look, with my normal hair, a bit like one of the Lady Ghostbusters. How cool is that? And how nice and easy for me. Except I don't like just having my own hair, partly because it gets caught up in my balloons. And I thought I'd show you today my ballooning backpack that the Ghostbusters ladies use. And I have made one out of balloons here for you. So I'll just quickly show you the rest of my outfit, which I'm very pleased about because I made it myself. Don't know if you like dressing up. If you're a children's entertainer and you don't like dressing up, okay, that's fine. We're all different. But I like dressing up, so it's handy. That's probably why I've ended up doing what I like to do. So as you can see, I'm wearing the jumpsuit here, and the jumpsuit I got off eBay. It was secondhand, and I sewed on some reflective strip. Look at that, it's shining. And of course, and I got a patch off eBay as well. It wasn't very much, and that just sewn that on too. Should we have a little look a bit further down? This is where the phone falls off, and you can see I bought some boots here and put some reflective strip on. And they came from the Salvation Army, and they were about £1.50, so I was very pleased about that. Don't like to spend loads of money on costumes, you know, especially if it's only something that you wear like once a year. Whoops, here's me having a bit of trouble with my phone. Or I'll go down a bit, it's just easier, shall I? All right, oh, and my gloves, right? I'm very pleased about these gloves. So I was looking at the pictures of the Ghostbuster ladies and their cool gloves, and Salvation Army again. I bought a pair of gloves for £1, no, what even £1.50, they were 25p! 25p for a pair of these gloves. I cut off the fingers so that they're fingerless, and I got a bag for 25p as well, which I cut up and just bent over and sewed round, and I've made a little popper just to hold it on there. Sewed a little popper on, and I put some buttons on just to give it just sort of similar to the picture that they have. I think them's absolutely fantastic, don't you? But maybe you're not a cosplay nerd, so you know that's fine. You know, but like I appreciate it. I really enjoy being creative. Now, this is my next creative part, was of course making the backpack. So I will show you the backpack and then I will put it on. And so firstly, you can see I've got the orange straps, which are quintessential to the outfit. And I've made the rest out of black balloons. Now I've used 260s and one 360, so they're all black. And the black 360s are obviously these three here, just to give it a nice big, just because they're a bit bigger. And you don't have to use that. You could use black 260s, but I just think these just look a bit more substantial really, so I preferred that look. And I have twisted them on to some black 260s, which you can see at the black, they're just the thinner ones, which are just giving it a bit of support. There's no sort of real method of twisting them all together, just as long as you get a kind of like a backpacky type shape, okay? And I used three. I wanted three in the 360s, 3 bits, for want of a better word, because I didn't want it to look like aqualung, because that might be a bit confusing. So I did want it to look a bit more like a backpack and a little bit more rectangle. So that's what I've done there. And also one of the black 260s there, it just comes off. And I have attached a sort of a bit for me to hold, the gun bit, where we blast or slash suck in, I suppose, the ghosts. And it's very similar to my space gun, the mini space gun, the mini laser gun, except that I've just done one extra loop, and instead of having, I've just done one extra loop there. So it's a little mishmash between the big laser gun and the mini laser gun. And you can see what I've done there. I've just done an extra loop, and I've got the bobble at the end. So I can still hold it. I can still got a button to press, boo, 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 if I want to. And it is quite cool on, so let's put it on. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. I don't quite like having my hair caught up in the balloons, but never mind. And there we have it. I shall model it. And depending on whether you are left or right-handed is where you want to have your balloon gun. And you can just let go, which is quite good, you know, if you're actually making balloons in a shopping mall, which is what I'll be doing. There we go. I'm playing games and that sort of thing, so hopefully it won't knock anything over, probably knock my magic tricks off the table, but no. We'll have to wait and see. And if, of course, as well, if you are maybe maybe you go to church or you run a Sunday school or something like that, as I do, and you don't want to have the sort of the ghost kind of connotation. Earlier on, I was helping my church out, so I had some red electrical tape, or you can use black, and I just put a cross in front of it, and that does the job too. And you can bring a positive message about you know, how you don't need to be afraid of no ghosts. I don't like dressing up scary, do you? I don't want to put a seed of fear into the children's hearts. Perhaps it's different in the UK. Maybe you're listening from the US. I don't know, but it's not. I don't personally want to be responsible for that. So I like to come with a bit more of a positive message, you know, that we don't have to be afraid. What do you dress up as Halloween? Do you dress up, or maybe you are a ballooner who just likes to be themselves, which is absolutely fantastic. I generally prefer to hide behind a character because I can be a bit more free, but that's just me. Thank you for joining me today. Do let me know in the comments below what you dress up as, and if this is helpful to you. And if you like my gloves. I'm really pleased about my gloves, probably more than any other part of the costume. Take care then, and I'll see you in the next video.